Finley-Stadium was the site of a lot of high school football's last 3 days thanks to the Jamboree. The end of what should have been a great time for parents and students alike was marred by an altercation that led to police tasing a 16-year-old boy. I spoke with one student who was on the sideline while the chaos ensued, and she found chaos amid the chaos. It's our top local story.
There had just been a play and everyone was celebrating, so it was already chaotic. And all of a sudden we see people running from the stands into the field, and I was really confused, and then it just started being more and more people running, and we started hearing people from the student section yelling about a gun and like a shooter, and that someone was shooting. And I turned around and all the football players were already gone off of the field, so that's when I knew that something was actually happening.
Police say an altercation between a group of people led to the taser being used, which was mistaken for a gunshot and caused the panic. That chaos might still have been warranted. A police source confirmed to News 12 that the teen that was arrested was also connected to the Hamilton Place Mall shooting 1 year ago this past Friday.
It's definitely scary to think about that there's someone who actually was part of a shooting still out running around somewhere where there's so many like young underclassmen, 14, 15-year-olds running around whose parents just dropped them off at a football game to like watch their school play, and there's like a possible shooter running around. It's really crazy that that's even a thing that happens.
While the tasing happened on the concourse, Ava was still on the field trying to keep her family together and away from harm.
3 or 4 of the girls on the team had stayed with me and my mom, and then all the other ones had run off across the field. And so we were like, no one separate anymore, like stay together. And so we slowly started making our way down that way. I called my dad. He was up in the press box. It was shut down. He was like, I can't get out at all, but just stay put. Do not cross the field and be out in the middle of the open. Like stay hidden.
So she did, and later found all of her cheerleading team safe and sound. Police say no weapons were fired from the suspect or from officers on scene. I asked District Attorney-elect Cody Wamp earlier about why the suspect in the Finley fight and the mall shooting would be free a year later, and here's what she says, quote, "One of my commitments is to transfer more violent juvenile offenders from juvenile court to be tried as adults. The new district attorney is drawing a line in the sand. We are seeing more juveniles as both offenders and victims, and it's unacceptable. Part of my job is to deter criminal behavior, and one way I'll do that is by holding dangerous juveniles accountable," end quote.